Hello. Today we have this. It's a Galaxy Tab A7. It's my brother's, and basically, if you can see that, looks like it was owned by Chris Brown previously. So it's been abused. It's very dirty, as you can see. But I mean, it's what comes with kids, innit? Anyway, we've got a smash screen. The LCD is, well, it's cooked as well. It's got discoloration around the edges, and yeah, I mean, generally it just needs a new screen. So I'm gonna put one on it. I've got the screen here. This is a brand new panel. I don't know if it's Samsung, like an OEM one, but it's as close to an original screen as I could get. You can see it's for the T500 or T502 there. The very different storage size options. You can get a 32 gig and a 64 gig, but they have the same screen. I have my various adhesive strips. We've got the two for the side, and then one for the bottom, one for the top. This one's white, but I mean, I had to ship these from Germany because Samsung they don't provide them where I'm from. But yeah, I have my trusty heat gun here. It's a plastic welder, but it gets the job done, which means that you can put more heat into it. Yeah. So with these, if you've got a shattered screen like this, the best thing to do is to put tape across the shattered glass. It helps with especially putting on these like suction cups to help you pull up the screen. Obviously we get some heat in the screen, and then we'll go out with our various picks. I mean,
so just a quick note here. This did not work at all. I'm just gonna speed through the part where I just completely failed this, but yeah, I just didn't want to have you sit through that.
I've got a few different types of picks to ring, but yeah, and it's mostly held together with Phillips head screws, so we should be ready to pretty much do this. So I've got my tape here, and I'm just gonna line this screen with the tape, just like that.
Okay, future me here. I just wanted to interject one more time. I promised to say it last time. The advice here is, it is sound advice. It's just this didn't work, the way I intended it to. Has worked in the past, but Anyway, back to the video.
So once you've got your device, fully taped up, you want to make sure you've got your suction cup and your heat gun. And what you want to do is you want to try and heat the majority of the portion that you're going to be pulling up on. So in this case, I'm going to start with this edge here, and I'm going to be putting the suction cup on here and forming a gap of sorts between the plastic lip and the device's housing. But yeah, Want to heat that up?
Just remember, when heating the display for the device, you don't want to heat it too much as it could cause damage to the display itself. It could also cause damage to any of the components under the display, especially if you're, working around the camera area of the display. I'd never recommend starting there, but if that's how the device opens, then just make sure you don't heat it too much. You want the device to be hot to the touch, but not hot enough to burn you. It should be, just warm enough to be able to be handled, but not, warm enough, because you're only trying to loosen the adhesive under the display.
So suffice it to say, the tape method did not work. Could not get the suction cups to adhere to the thingy, adhere to the screen even. So taking that off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then we're gonna get this nice and warm to soften that adhesive around the edges. Make sure that we can actually take it off, because technically it's got to be watertight. Once we've got this off, we'll check the other LCD to make sure that it's actually working. But it looks like we're going to have some luck with this one. Basically just trying to find somewhere where the adhesive's coming up. I think we might have our location right here. Nope, still doesn't want to come off. There we go. Got a pick under that now. Yeah, you see I've just gone too deep on that. Yeah. It is not liking that at all. I can already tell this is going to be a not nice one to do, really. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, we've sort of given up on taking the screen off with a air of decency now, so just Ramboing it, I guess is the way to put it. I mean, realistically, we can sort of just peel it off from here. You can see we've got quite a gap across that section. You're not really supposed to do this, but I mean, at this point it doesn't really matter. There we go. Ooh, that's where I cut my hand open. Oh no. There we go. This is why I've not done it at a desk or anything, because it's quite the dangerous task. But yeah, like I said, there's not really very many ribbon cables you can sort of damage on this. Bar the main screen one, but as you can see, it's sort of already come off. Yeah. It's a bit barbaric, but there we go. There we go. Now I don't want to rip that cable because it is quite a pain to thing. I've already been in this. That's why there's the odd coloured adhesive. However, it is open. It is now open. We get that bit of kept on tape off the bottom. Off the bottom here. Flip the latch up, and that is the display removed. We'll just inspect that cable. We have tweaked it a bit there, but bar that, everything looks, roughly how it should do. Yeah, it looks like there's been a bit of liquid on that. But yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's pretty much fine here. So now we just have to take off this adhesive around the edges. It's not really a good way to do this, but sort of just got to scrape the excess off. I think this is the second time this display has been replaced. Well, I know it's the second time because I did the last replacement on it, but yeah, the best way I've found to take the adhesive off once you've got the screen off is to go with it with one of these spudgers and sort of wrap it around the spudger, and then if you've got glass, obviously it's gonna break, but once you've taken the glass off, you can sort of roll it. Just gonna put that on the old screen, and then you've got a nice little bit of adhesive you can take off. These things are pretty simple in terms of like internally. You can see most of it's Phillips head screws there. Phillips head screws are on the bottom. Yeah, I should really replace this like border thing, but it is a part of the display's frame. You can see it's the second time I've done this because we've got more of that white adhesive because I couldn't find any black adhesive or black versions of the thing. Obviously, it doesn't affect the usage of the screen if you've got white adhesive on it. It's just sort of an aesthetic thing. But yeah, it's pretty simple from here. Once you've cleaned these rails off, it's where the screen bonds to the frame. I'm going to do that trick again that I did. Let's take that off. But yeah, once you've got these clean, we are going to clean these with isopropyl alcohol as well. I'll have to go and get that because I don't think I've got it with me at the moment. But yeah, if you do get any fingerprints on like metals and things, the best way that you can take the fingerprints off is with a microfiber cloth, or you can do. I think you can do it with isopropyl alcohol, but it's not recommended really because you can mess up some of the internals. Oh, I just caught that camera. But yeah, it is mostly simple from there. I mean, yeah. Right, so I've went and got some Q-tips just like that, and I've got a cup of isopropyl alcohol. I'm just gonna make sure these rails are clean by just wiping them down, and just make sure that they're not, covered with old adhesive, as well as it gets rid of any like gunk and stuff that built up between the screen glass and the plastic in the crease. Usually you can see it gets quite a lot of gunk built up in between that gap, or in that gap even. So before you put on a new screen, you don't want to be covering the new screen in old dirt. Yeah, and then once you've done this, you're pretty much set to put your new display on. I mean, they say you should take it to the Samsung store or the Apple store, but realistically, it's not that it's not that complicated to do yourself, really. That's why you do it, or why I'm doing it myself. So and usually it's cheaper as well to do it yourself than it is to do it through the Apple store or anything. Especially Apple, they're quite bad for expensive repairs, which I mean sort of comes with the territory of Apple. Really, they serialize all their parts so that you can't do it yourself, which is unfortunate, but the way the world works. Yeah. But yeah, if you get any dirt and debris in there, best to shake it out, give it a bit of a dust off maybe. And this is where the microfiber cloth come in handy, if you've got one. I mean, you don't really have to, but especially if you're gonna do a repair like this, you want it to look as best you can. So clean everything you do. Any fingerprints as well on these metals, like on this cover, if you see, I can put a decent oily fingerprint on it and then take it off with the cloth. I didn't use a cloth on this pit, so there's a few fingerprints on there, but especially on this screen you can see I didn't do it very well, so we've got a lot of things on it. But yeah, I mean, from here we're pretty much done in terms of prep. We can sort of test our new display. And this is the little connector here, you can see it, and I'm just gonna connect this. It's one of these flat style connectors, so and they clip in like that, and we're gonna turn on the screen, see if it wants to boot on. Unless I've completely toasted it. I hope I haven't, but there's a possibility. Oh no, I just haven't put the display cable in properly. Battery connector is here. I need a Phillips screwdriver. Should have really disconnected that beforehand, but with new line I've got my little Phillips head here, and I'm just gonna undo this little screw here. And you wanna keep track of that screw because it will be important later. I believe this is the battery one. I might be just disconnecting an antenna, hopefully not, but there we go. Yeah, it looks like it runs the battery. What? We'll actually put our display connector in properly this time. There we go. Put that latch down. Now hopefully if we reconnect the battery and we power on the tablet with the power button, hopefully we get a picture, and yeah, we do. So we have semi done a repair jobby on this. What you want to do with these screens, especially if it's your first time, is just make sure you haven't broken anything. The main one to test is touch, which you can do by, once we've put this on, dragging just any icon. On Samsungs, I think you can do, on Androids even, you can just hold an icon up on the main screen. But yeah, we'll just do that now. It has a weird orange hue, that does. It's quite odd. Has he got some sort of blue light filter on it? Oh no, it doesn't have the... There you go. I thought we had a broken display there, but on these you can pick up a icon and just drag it around the screen, and then you'll know if the display is faulty. You'll be able to tell because you will drop the icon. But it does appear that we have fully working touch in all the places that matter. So yeah, and I mean we can just, that's pretty much it. So yeah, now what you'd want to do is, in this case, we want to turn off the device, power that off, and we're going to want to disconnect the battery as well before we disconnect anything else. I know I'm sort of being hypocritical with that, but it is best to disconnect the battery. So I'm just going to do that. I know you can't see it, but and then move the connector out of the way so that we're not damaging it. I'm gonna spudger that, put that connector up, and then pull the display ribbon out. So yeah, we have our display, we know it works. Now it's just a case of using our brains and putting on the adhesive. So these are adhesive strips. Now what you want to do is, they'll say on them, well in this case it says this one is your bottom, and it's relative to the camera which is there, so in this case it's your bottom, and you'll want to line it up with certain notches in the device's profile. So it goes like that, and you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see that because it's got the clear side on the bottom. So we are just gonna take that off, and because we've already prepped these, we can just place it on. I think I put that on a bit wonky, so oh no, No, I put that one on right. And then what you can do is you can take your spudger and sort of run it across the adhesives to make sure that they're actually down on the display. Sometimes, I know on iPhones that I've done, sometimes your adhesive doesn't stick down, and then when you peel the blue part off, it just, you know, lifts up, and then you're in a whole heap of trouble then, because you've not put it down right. But this one looks to be looks to be the other side. Yeah, we have a notch there, we have a notch there, and other notches there, so we can also see it's the right side because got that film on the bottom as well. So yeah, don't mind that I'm using a white adhesive, doesn't matter in this case. But if we lay that down like that, something in the region of, there we go. Then we can do the same thing in the sense that we just push the adhesive down to make sure that it's seated well. And then when we take off all the peels, we'll be able to just whip them all off. There's the other one. This one's in a weird bag, but yeah, the adhesive for these displays, the pre-cut ones that I'm using now, they are getting quite hard to find. I think we had to buy these from Germany on eBay. Obviously, it's the best place to get any parts, really. Well, not exactly the best place, but a good place is what I'd say. But yeah, there we go. We've got that one down now. We can just. I'm going to start over here because it seems like the best way to do it. And then we can see we've got the little cutout for the camera up there. And our battery is disconnected, so that's good. There we go. And we, have I just knocked, oh no, there's the screw. Phew, I'd lost the screw. Got one more piece to do now. Just ignore my relentless voice cracks and the parrots in the background grinding their beaks. Some little piece of white plastic somewhere. But yeah, this is the last piece of adhesive and we are nearly done. All these pieces of adhesive should stick fairly well, considering that we've prepped everything. Should nearly be there for, you know, putting the screen back on. So yeah, don't know whether I probably won't voice over this. I'll just use this. Got a little lavalier mic on, so the audio should be decent. But yeah, we are going to. Oh, there you go, nice. You see that the adhesive has stuck to the display. It's stuck to the frame even. Very nicely, very nicely. Oh no. Oh, they've got a second piece of adhesive on top of the adhesive. Oh, there you go. Oh, I thought that was going to be tragic, but they've got little pull tabs on the actual adhesive, so. Oh, it's not stuck down quite very well, that one. But the spudger shall fix that. There we go, there we go, there we go. This is what I enjoy about fixing stuff. It's you get quite a kick out of it now. It is time that we wipe down our display, back of it, so that it looks all nice and shiny. Because we wouldn't want to leave any, you know, oily finger marks really on this, but I think it's already got finger marks baked into it, so. Yeah, I don't think they're coming out. My oily fingers have coloured the display. We do need this little piece of kept on tape to put over the display. We'll flip that up, stick that in there, close the bracket, and we want our piece of kept on over the top. I don't think it's going to stick. There we go. Roughly. Make sure that's... yeah. And now, for the moment of truth. Line up the display. Should fall straight into place. Now.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Ricky, go on. So, do another clap. Right. Well, so I did completely fuck it up. Last time, I put the battery connector on, and then, well, I didn't put the battery connector on and just put the screen on, and I completely ruined it. However, we do now have more adhesive. It's literally a week later because this is so. It takes ages to get all the stuff. I think it's more stuff from Germany, but I mean I had to get white stuff because they had none of the black stuff. But yeah, I've also forgotten my tools. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's off, I think. So yeah. In fact, I'm gonna go get my tools so I can make sure. Ugh. The tools have been retrieved. The birds are happy. What do I need on this one? I need a Phillips head. I need to get a Protect toolkit from iFixit. That's what I need. Anyway, this just comes off, and then use my spud jar to take it off. Then we will disconnect the battery, and what we can do now, because we don't want that shorting, is actually bend the connector away from the connection point. And yeah, I was pretty angry when I messed that up, because it is my ow, stabbed myself with a staple. It is my brother's tablet, so he's not had very much fun as of recent. But yeah, if you would like to see more videos like this, I do plan on making some more like this. I enjoy doing this. I think I've done like screens and Face ID assemblies for iPhones, and I think I'm recording on an iPhone 13 Pro Max, so it's not the newest one. But it doesn't matter. It does look pretty good from what I've seen. But I think DankPods uses I think he uses a 15 or something now, or he's gone back to his 13 because he couldn't figure it out. But I've already prepped the outsides of this, so it's pretty much just a case of lining up the adhesives on the edges, and there are different ways to go about this. Actually, I don't think I've prepped it very well. Just make sure I've got Oh, well, I thought I prepped it decently. It turns out I haven't. There's a few areas that just have a bit of adhesive on them. So, just like dots like this, but no matter, we can still just remove it all. It's mostly clean. But that's the thing is, especially on, say, if you're doing repairs on an iPhone, you want to make sure that. And there's a bird on me. Hello, Skill. How are you doing? But especially if you've got these iPhones with water resistance, you definitely want to be able to, keep the watertight seal on the edges. Anyway, we've just got to line this up now. Dun, dun. That is the top one because it's a thinner one. This is the bottom one because it's thicker. But you can also see with quite a lot of them, there are indents into the frame where the screen sits. So it's just a case of lining it up, which I have done poorly there. Yes, Skill, I know you're there. Sorry, I've got birds in this room. It's do you mind not? Stop it. But yeah, they are got Skittle, Echo, and Ricky. So they're it's two blue macaws, and well, one scarlet macaw, one blue macaw. I don't know what else. What Skittle's called? He's the blue one, or she. We haven't got them gender tested either. But it's just a case of putting down the adhesive, and we're going to remember to connect the battery this time. We're not going to forget that because I don't want to be doing this for a fucking third time. But yeah, it's relatively simple. I mean, you'd be surprised with quite a lot of things. There's not really a very egregious level of difficulty. It's mostly a case of just lining things up and making sure they're in the right place. Yep, hi Skittle. I know you're there. But yeah, this will be my my first ever on camera repair. I mean, I've already done this before, done this once, so. But yeah, it's the same thing. Isn't it, Skittle? Isn't it? What am I doing? Huh? But yeah. Yeah. Oh, nearly fallen off again. If you didn't sit on my shoulder, you wouldn't almost fall off every 10 seconds, huh? Would you? No. But it's the first peel. First peel. Ah! Stop it. I go for my microphone. I've got one of them little clip-on microphones. So, yeah, but. Oh. Tell you what, this is one way to, get back problems. Stand like this for 12 hours a day. But, anyway. Most people don't have parrots on their shoulders when they do repairs, do they? No. Anyway, we clip this in like a little Lego. And you should be able to feel that sort of clip in. You'll be able to feel a like clunk. Well, not a clunk per se. But yeah, and this is the clamp. That's one of the other birds. But yeah, it's relatively simple. You don't want to strip any threads, so we'll go in until it's just about finger tight. I wouldn't recommend, clamping stuff down, but what was that? Anyway, now we have the display. It is covered in fingerprints, but they are stained on, so there's not much of a chance of getting them off, really. You want to lift up the latch and slide in the connector. Might be better to do it from the side. Yeah, it is. There you go. Once it's in, it should latch down. And there's a little white line. You shouldn't be able to see any of that. And we are just gonna attempt to power it on. Make sure the display is still working. Oh, it might be flat. Oh no, that's the volume button. I was pressing the fucking volume button. There we go. Good signs, good signs. And we now want to put the little piece of Kapton tape over the top of that. And then, it's not gone on, it doesn't really matter. And then we just sit the display down. And because it's pre-cut adhesive, we just have to, work our fingers away around the edge of the screen. And that, my friends, is a mostly repaired Galaxy Tab A7. Now, I've already confirmed the touch on this works, but we can do that again. I'll show you how to do that. See if I can get this sticker off. Yep. Hello, Skittle, how you do? Oh, that's difficult. Oh well. It's come off like that, but if you pick one of the icons up, you should be able to move them all around the screen without tripping or letting go of the icon. Just do that again for this side of the screen. I think it's because I went over the sticker. But yeah, and that's fully repaired and basically brand new. Wow, not obviously, but yeah, if you want more videos like this, like and subscribe. And yeah, my bird is gonna try and eat the microphone. Ah, stop it.